Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lucid, and I'm joined again by Maryland.
Hello, my friends.
It's turn 35, and we're back with the tournament finals. So,
Actually, sorry, it should be 36.
oh, yes, it's turn 36, and we're back with the tournament finals. So, thank you for the correction.
No problem.
Let's jump right into it. We have a message from Om. So, some interesting developments after last turn. I write to you now, Kirby came up with the idea, Toolbox approved, to set a public bid for lanterns. Essentially, anyone who raised the price would be sold exclusively lanterns, unless someone else either matched or raised the price again. It was not as competitive as I hoped, but the price still went up from the initial offer of 3 to 4, and Om is selling 15 lanterns to Satis and 5 to Pan at that price. Speaking of Pan, a Discord group has been started with a coalition against Pan consisting of Om, Ashdod, Pelagia, Vanheim, and End. Wow. End is now at war, sounds like. Pelagia will soon follow.
We saw that.
So End, it was more like a bump. I don't know if they were fully at war. Then Om, then Ashdod. Some of this, I think, is a little... I don't know if people realize, like, Pangaea is not very far ahead of Vanheim. So, this is like the dangerous party in the coalition that you have to be really careful that you invited them.
And you're giving away information.
Right. Om likes this arrangement, as it will likely mean less fighting and more vulturing. Vanarus proposed a peace deal involving ceding their throne and then otherwise returning to original borders. We decided to reject that offer, even considering Bandar still exists and the pending war with Pangaea. Perhaps we will regret this later, but Vanarus has lost too much gold in his lands that are better off with the Elmish flag. Vanarus has had the weirdest... not from the player. He's just... I don't know if it's a luck or whatever. He just has not been able to get anything done with diplomacy.
No. Everybody seems to treat him like the redheaded stepchild.
Yeah. He's been just getting completely disrespected in diplomacy. I would be furious if I were him. As an aside, it was suggested to me by another player that for posterity, I should message Omni with some details of our lantern trade from our perspective for the sake of the viewer. So here goes. Om has had no fire gem income the entire game.
We kind of knew that.
Right.
He talked about that a long time ago.
Right.
And we can see sites.
Right. Yeah, I think he had literally none, or maybe like one fire site. The turn you get this message, Om will have sent 20 lanterns to other players and still owns still owns 25, and just forged 8 more with hammers. Okay.
And he's forging, I think, for 1 gem a pop.
Right. So for 4 gems, he's making, every lantern he gives to somebody else, he can make 3 for himself.
Yeah, that's excellent profit.
Yeah. So let's go check out what happened in Omland. We had a thug come in. Now this could have been a magic phase attack. No, doesn't look like it.
No, it wasn't
I
timed
didn't catch
right.
anything. Yeah. All right.
And it pops to the end. Okay. So now where did Om's army that it had pushed? Oh, look at that. Now where's it going?
It's zigzagging through. I think he felt... Well, if you look at it, he had a weird situation here, right? Because he was here. He could either go on top of this, or he could go here. Either way, he probably did not want to run into this.
No, I don't think he did. So he's just playing a deke and dodge.
Right.
How long can he deke and dodge? I don't know.
And he's not getting any income from this, but neither is Vanarus.
Yeah, so something happened on Bandar. Maybe just a little probe. I just see that. Oh, no, that Yaksha did not die. So he tried again.
Okay, snake bladder stick.
This is the guy we've seen before.
Amulet of missile protection.
Okay.
Now, what I'm a little surprised with is I would expect... Oh, no, he can do regen with this guy. Moss body. Regeneration, Iron Skin.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Enlarge.
But sadly, the Jade Maiden, or Jade Sorceress doesn't escape.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
what's the hell is that?
Oh,
the
look at that.
All right. She actually has, I believe she comes with a very cool normal weapon, which she overrid with the lightning spear. I think she has like a damage versus larger.
Well, and then the alicorn, the unicorn horn.
Right.
Pretty darn sweet. And she comes with a little retinue of sprites, of all things.
Right. Now the issue, this guy does have shock vulnerability, so her lightning spear should be very effective here.
But does she have poison resist?
Oh, right. He's not going to be... Well, he still has the kick, too. But he's not a very killy dude. And she's got 25 protection. I don't think he can hurt her. Because she does have poison resistance. 25. Or 15.
So what he's doing, something hit her.
Oh, there she went.
12. Oh, there's the moss body.
So he's been hit. I think she got hit by... Oh, I think this thing that hit her was the charged body of the Jade Sorceress.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Sapper hit Heroine with a ranged attack crossbow for 12 points.
Oh, friendly damage. Oh, that hurts.
And all she had to do was do air shield. So
does she die? Or does he run away? She dies. Oh.
What killed her?
For 4.
Was that what it was?
No, I think Snake Bladder has a little bit of damage, doesn't it?
Oh, wait, whoops.
You just don't usually think of it.
Yeah. No, it's got 5, I think.
Yeah, he's fairly strong. And he's not moving. Did he paralyze? Or... Oh, he fell asleep.
He's got a vine shield, and he's...
So Snake Bladder does a little bit of damage, regular damage, but more importantly, he got hit with the sleep from that goofy sprite. They put him to sleep there for a second. Did you see that? He went sleepy time.
Okay. Oh, so a crossbow is what finished her. I heard that sound that sounded like shatter, but it was a crossbow.
Oh boy. Oh, man.
So yeah, just got picked. This is actually kind of the problem with Om when you start running... Because I've been saying for a while, taking forts with heavy infantry can be really challenging, but if you run in with crossbows, it can help. But the problem is your crossbows will do so much friendly fire damage.
Right, right.
So you have to have a plan for that.
Yeah, especially the heavy ones. The sappers are the...
sappers are actually the lighter ones.
But, yeah, they're the crossbows, not an arbalist.
Right.
But still, armor piercing 13. She only had fairly moderate protection.
Yeah.
So, but something goes wrong here. Magma bolts. Okay, he's regenerating. Okay, he gets hit by, what's that one? The fire rippy spell. Boy, it's amazing he gets away. It's just amazing he gets away.
Oh, he's enraged too, so he can't run. Or he's not supposed to. We might have different RNG here, because he looks boned to me. I have no idea how he's going to live.
Now he's melded. Now he's magma'd. Now he's... Oh, but he's regenerating enough points. He does run.
Oh, he has run, but he's enraged, huh?
Well, I don't know. Well, so he's running back and forth.
I think the enrage is making him, like, confused or something?
Well, maybe now he's killing sprites.
And he's drunkenly walking off.
Good grief. Well, this is funny.
Oh.
Well, he gets away, and he kills a heroine, and he kills a mage. Something killed a master smith.
Yeah.
I think he got near it. It came rushing forward.
Yeah, that's painful a little bit.
So once again, Bandar surprises us all.
Yep.
Very well done. I mean, we are talking about Om, but I saw that and I thought, oh, there's something funky going on there.
Yeah, that's a good catch. So, yeah, there's not too much to talk about left. I mean, we've got a huge ass army on top of this throne, which he's popped. I think if you're Vanarus, you do like all your mages, and you make a ton of big air elementals and kill this stack.
Maybe. I think, though, the problem maybe with Vanarus's offer is it's something that Om basically already had. You know, he's offering kind of a foregone conclusion. It's possible that Vanarus could stop that.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. I think Vanarus is very much not dead. I mean, army graphs, they've got a lot. Unless this is like the lying thing where it, you know, says you have more stuff in your capital. You know, he's got a banner of war, whatever it is, that makes this look bigger. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think you bring all your mages, try to kill this stack.
Om has not lost a significant stack in this fight today.
Right.
If we look just south of Bandar Log, I think Om came back. Did he just raid against PD?
Yeah, and it's just a tiny little raid.
He didn't catch the thug there. So the thugs are successfully avoiding a counterattack by Om. And Om doesn't have a lot of choices. Did Om's god show up anywhere? I don't see it.
I don't think it did. I think it's still hanging out. I was trying to look at this. I wonder if this deck could... I don't think you could thug this with Vanarus very easily.
Not one of them.
Yeah.
I don't think easily. I mean, I'm assuming they're going to do Iron Blizzard.
Yeah.
And that's going to penetrate once it gets close enough. Although they are flying thugs, so his backline is at risk.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's the Om Vanarus conflict. And do you have anything left you want to say or look at?
No, just sort of from there, I'm sort of thinking, okay, do we look at Satis now? Or...
Yes, we got a message from Satis. Jotun didn't accept my offer of peace at current borders. He wanted 55 and 61 for peace. I understand why, but I think accepting current borders, freeing up his force to attack, freeing up his forces at Runia and retaking all the other stuff he lost is a better option. Since I'm still paranoid about a pan attack, I might stop the war with Jotun soon on his terms. So let's see, 55 and 61.
Oh, okay. Well, he took it anyways now. And he took that anyway.
These seem extremely reasonable of Jotunheim to say, I want these two.
The other thing is, where did the Satisian army that was in 61 go? There is a fairly large army there. Well, see what the fight was. Did in 61 the forest there, right?
Oh my god.
He killed it.
Wait, didn't his god die last turn?
Yeah, but it wasn't. Oh,
it magic phased back in.
Oh, he twice borned it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a white mage. Okay, I didn't see that it was twice born. We missed that tag.
Yeah, we did.
How much dies here? Does the white mage die? Oh, that will hurt.
Okay, let's see. This looks... I don't see all the... Okay, now this is the Turbo Comedian Scotty right here up front.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no, he does summon Water Elemental.
Okay, and a few small air elementals. I think those are smalls.
Oh, Rigor Mortis.
Rigor.
Do we have Grip of Winter coming out too? Because that would be just absolutely evil.
Wow. Now, of course, at least, you know, the white mage isn't vulnerable to Rigor or Grip.
Right.
But none of these Satisian troops are getting away, or any Marsh Masters, or anything. Nothing's getting away. And a Foul Vapors.
Oh, there's Grip of Winter. I mean, these guys are never going to wake up there. I'm sure every mage here is asleep.
Yeah.
102, 7. Okay, this guy's still awake. And the Satisian mages are done. Done.
And Foul just isn't going to kill fast enough.
No. We do have Wailing Winds up, so a lucky Wailing Winds roll.
And is that the white mage going to the rear or running away?
Oh, jumping in the front.
Oh. Uh-oh. Now to get away, it's got... No, it's flying, so it can fly over.
Okay, I mean, if we look at this guy, he doesn't have much defense and doesn't have much protection. What he does have is a big stack of Mirror Image. But that's gone.
Okay.
And he had Mistform, which I think...
Look at his fatigue.
Well, he's undead, so that's fine. Oh, God. Mistform's gone.
Oh my God. 15 regen, and he's dead. Oh my God. So that was a stack wipe.
Yeah.
An utter and complete stack wipe.
Extremely cheap for Jotunheim. Lost one illusionist, really. And a hag.
So what happens if you call a white mage transformed god? Do you know?
Yeah. Gods, I think last episode you were mentioning that funny bug where your god came back as a transform thing, as a polymorph thing.
That's correct.
How they patched to fix that, to keep from getting frogged, is when your god comes back, he will always come back in the original form.
So he got, for the cost of, that's a size 6 god, so for the cost of 30 death gems, he got 1 extra fight out of it.
Right.
Ouch.
So, yeah, he got completely wrecked here. I think, for me, this is a failure on many, many fronts for Satis. I mean, not only does he have all the wind pulled out of his sails, but Jotun asking for these 2 provinces for peace and giving Satis this province, which includes this throne, and potentially leaves Satis to go over and win a war against Vanarus, which he would be in a 2v1 against. Yeah. That is like a dream deal for Satis.
That was a good deal.
It was a great deal.
So now what does he do? Run for home?
I don't know what you can do as Satis in this game anymore, honestly. I think he's out of the game now. I can't think of what you do, because Satis is good in the late game because they've got, Astral, Death, and Nature, which are good late game paths. But they're not. It's not like he's going to be a blood economy later and can kind of come back with that, or he's going to be. And it's not even like he has great scales. Like if we look at income now, he must be one of the lower guys for income. I mean, this is Satis. Yeah. He is just right above. Who's this down here? I mean, he's barely above Agartha, who's dying right now. You know?
Yeah. And just above Vanarus, and the other people lower than him are effectively dead.
And he doesn't have mage priests. He has marshmasters, right? So they're not going to be able to call his god back quickly.
Ooh.
I think he's dead. I think he's dead.
He's also been losing marshmasters quite steadily throughout this entire war.
I mean, what he told us last turn is he wanted to come up here and maybe mess with Om. What he told us this turn is he wants to be ready to deal with Pangaea, but he can't do anything now. I think he's done. He's done. Yeah. And to be fair, some of this is things playing out. Like, he did a research rush and then hadn't made hardly any gains from it. He got 1 fort. And now Jotun is caught up in research. Jotun has big, powerful battlefield magic. And Satis is fighting in Code 3. So
there's not much else to say about Satis except the little comment about, I see he lost a province to misfortune, so now he's got to try to take that back.
Oh, yeah.
He's in that's a tough situation. So there's not a lot more to say about Satis, I don't think.
I don't think so.
But the question then is, did this very effective battle for Jotun improve Jotun's position significantly? Well, he moved out against some other people.
Well, let's take a look. So Ashdod's raiding here, and he sent 2 hags to intercept, and I don't know what they were. So they're swarm spam hags.
Okay, that's simple enough, and it might work. Depends on how big the raid is.
Oh, he was attacking, so he was expecting there to only be PD, but Ashdod kept the Bakemono there.
Okay, well.
Down here, Ashdod has taken this. Okay, Jotun is moving out with a mage core here.
Yes. But all he had to do was
gosh.
a little bit of PD. So he's got two very significant Turbo Communion armies, some with some scratty thugs, looks like, tucked in the middle.
Yeah.
These are fairly dangerous armies. We know that Vanheim has demonstrated the ability to stack wipe these, but nobody else has.
Right. What? Am I missing something? Aren't these guys supposed to be slaves? Oh, it did. Well, it's a gym bait. They had to spend the slave. Yeah. They didn't do that. Okay.
Yeah. They didn't. It didn't trigger slaves.
All right.
Because it was just 6 PD.
All right.
A little worried by Ashdod. So Jotun's situation is not, but I see a couple more fights on the Pelagia front for Jotun.
It looks like Ashdod is doing what Pelagia will want, which is it looks like he's going to come in and try to finish Jotunheim off.
It does. Very much it looks like that. Okay, so Jotun did a small attempted counter raid, hoping that Pelagia's army there wandered off.
I also approve of Jotun saying, I want to keep these. Even though it meant having to have this fight. Because Satis is thinking, okay, Jotun's fighting all these people. I'm just going to get 2 more provinces out of it. Meanwhile, Jotun knows he can win a fight.
Right. And he said, to hell with you.
Yeah.
You don't like the deal.
Yeah. I have a special thing where if people think they're going to get free stuff from me because I'm in a coalition, nope. Not if I can help it. But
I wonder why the Kraken didn't move. I see that the Kraken's where it was last turn. Okay. So I don't know if he chose that on purpose or it just got an interrupted move.
No, I think he just was like, we'll kill counter raiders here.
Sure. And my God, look at the speed of that Kraken.
I was hitting fast forward, but yeah, he moved.
Still, he's moving.
Here we go.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, he kills things so fast.
Yeah.
And the quickness is intense.
Yep. And then another little fight. Okay, so Jotun has tried to push some Pelagia back, but Pelagia went and reinforced all 3 of those beachheads.
Right.
I think he took some of the armies in that fort he had newly gained and moved them north. Kept the Kraken in place, pulled some guys from the water, just to block cheap raids.
Yeah.
Effective play by Pelagia. Very effective play.
So I think Pelagia is just kind of holding the line here, letting Ashdod come in to finish off Jotunheim. But I am not sure how this is going to play out now. Jotun has a fair amount of research. They have 2 strong armies left. I am not sure that Ashdod can kill this stack. I don't know. They will lose, actually.
Yeah.
Even if they combine these, So
Jotun's not dead.
Right. And, Vanarus is occupied. I think what Jotun can do now is say, okay, I can let you now, I'll keep the same offer, right? You're basically out of the game, but I won't press my luck attacking you if you want. And then he can bring this army south. And if he has these 2 armies running around, these 2 and these 2 running on this southern front, he's going to cause a lot of trouble for Pelagia and for Ashdod. If he has to keep this army committed to the north for much longer, that's going to be a problem. But
I don't think he does, though, because, I mean, he could see Satis just doesn't have anything.
Right.
And he can pull it back, counterattack towards Pelagia, or just, like, that army, either one of those armies, they have enough mage support. They might be able to kill a Kraken. It could be touch and go, could be very pricey. But
maybe. I don't know how they would actually kill it, but if the Kraken attacked into them, they could turn timer it with skeletons. So
and they've got the advantage of it'll have the big hit points the first time. Can you turn on candles in the map builders? There we are. Okay, so we don't know who's, but we did see that the Kraken. Oh, could you look at the Kraken's hit points in this current fight? Because it was at 385, I think
this is in Pelagia's Dominion.
Yeah, but it's only 3 of it. So yeah. I'm thinking it only dropped a little, so it's got a bonus of 115.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. So that's 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I forgot how many hit points those things start with.
210, I think. So it's getting like a. I mean, it looks like its candles went down because it looks like it was in 5 candles, but anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, things are improving for Pelagia. They've got this now, this lake. Looks like it's going to be a pocket throne for them. They've got a secure beachhead, and Ashdod is going to have to do all the fighting to kill Jotunheim. It looks like.
I think that's looking like that's what is the Pelagian plan.
Yeah.
So so we've pretty much summed up Jotun. We've pretty much summed up Pelagia.
The one thing I'm not sure about is if Jotun goes on the offense. Let's say Jotun attacks here. Mm-hmm. The risk is if the Kraken is there, it won't be able to kill the Kraken before the battle starts to time out, and the battle will time out for Jotun first, and he'll run, and the Kraken will then go. I think Pelagia can hold with the Kraken even if he can't kill the Skelly spam. So
yeah, and that's
right.
Yeah.
It matters who's attacking, who's defending, though, because I guess I implied it, but if you're attacking, you get turn timered first, so you'll run.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And not a bad reason for Pelagia to play a bit defensive right now.
Right.
He's not in any hurry.
Correct. Okay, so I think we've covered Pelagia and Jotun and Ashdod now.
Is that it? Yeah, that's pretty much it for Ashdod. Just a couple of probing sort of little tidbits.
Right.
None of those send us a message.
No. Vanheim, there's not much to cover. They were going to attack Pangaea from that message we got from Om.
Well, but
we don't see anything.
I'm wondering where.
Right.
Where is his border with Pan? I don't think.
Well, it's right here. It's right here.
Oh yeah.
Which is significant. He can get this throne from Pangaea, the silver throne, which is a nice one. And just denying Pangaea air mages is a big deal. He can and then push through and get to Pangaea's capital. He's not very far away from Pangaea's cap.
No, you're right. Okay.
But let's see. So Pangaea's got a huge dog pile coming in. I mean, if we look at the graphs, he is ahead of Vanheim, but not by a tremendous amount. Like provinces, they're about equal. Income, he's a bit ahead. Gym income, Vanheim's ahead. I don't think it's very clear that Pangaea is in position 1. I think he is basically tied with Vanheim. And he now has it so that he's getting a 4v1, including the guy he's tied with.
Now, there is a factor here, I think, is that to the other players in the game, Pangaea looks very aggressive. Mm-hmm. Whereas Vanheim's been very quiet for quite a while.
Right.
He sort of popped into Mictlan as part of the anti-Jotun thing with agreement from a bunch of other people. But they can see that Pangaea is eating Uruk, and also they might even be seeing that he's got his second attack going against End.
Well, Pangaea also has this site that shows magic score graphs, which means he knows that in terms of gym income, he's behind Vanheim, and in terms of research, he's ahead. But they're all behind Om. Pangaea has, in my opinion, several tools he can use to make the argument he's not in position 1. He's only tied for it.
That's correct. I agree with you. So this is an interesting diplomatic situation. So
let's see what he says. A raiding party of 12 regular centaur warriors led by a dryad with wooden warriors is 640 gold. A hierophant thug is 120 gold and 10 gems for minimal gear that dies to certain PD types. 20 gems pays for reliability, which is what I've been using because I have enough nature gems to do it. I'm pretty sure I can get that this kind of setup can even take down blood hunting provinces when they're only on imps and wolf cops. Leech obviously kills them. If you value gems at 40 gold per, the expensive thug setup is more expensive but safer. The cheaper thug setup is cheaper. Okay. Really?
Okay, that's a little bit of a circular argument, but parts of it.
Yeah, but I think he's saying that if you compare it to the Centaur army.
I think he's saying the Centaurs are the cheap way to go.
Yeah. In terms of if you are coming up with an equation for how these things all equaled out, that the thug with 20 gems is actually more expensive than 12 centaurs led by a dryad.
I guess so.
Yeah. And, okay, he continues. But, as things are, I have gold, and therefore I can spend both it and gems on these raiders. It's just kind of interesting that Pan's a nation that's regarded as pretty good at raiding with stealthy troops, but the cost of these parties is actually pretty high compared to, say, Shinuyama or Jotunheim, which is the part of the value of those which is part of the value of those hero thugs or Hierophant thugs.
Well, he's done a really good job with the Hierophant thugs,
right?
And they've worked well for him. So I like his logic.
I also definitely bumped End intentionally. Okay, that's from last episode.
So now we know,
right? And indeed was thinking I'd bump them in both provinces, with the plans of thinking with the plains being a thug, thinking I'd hit a small patch of troops, and waste, and the waste being a stack of crossbows that I hit his little communion thug thing. I'm sneaking stuff into his territory now, and will attack in earnest once I've got Uruk's forts.
Oh gosh. Okay, so End has a problem developing.
Right. There's about to be an infiltration of Centaur.
Yeah. And he took the fort.
So there's one fort. Let's see if we...
That's pretty minimal.
Okay, it looks...
Small communion, but...
Can't tell if this is scripted, to be honest. This looks off script to me.
Well, maybe, except you can't get communion slaves unless you script it. I don't believe the game will ever cast.
I thought they did, but maybe not. I can't remember. Yeah, or maybe it's partially scripted, like he had few guys scripted, but I don't know.
Well, sometimes I'll just hit the first two spells and let the AI pick.
I mean, I have seen Nicknight hold forts with this kind of stuff. There's a lot of things that say he did not put any time into this. These guys are not all on the same tile for point buffing. Well,
player morale is a significant factor.
Right.
I'm sure you've come up against it. I've come up against it where you just go, I just don't care anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't want to quit, and I'm not going to go stale, but I'm not going to put the big effort.
Look at all those white centaur. Oh my god.
That is a mob.
That is terrifying. All right.
Imagine if you had enough ability to body ethereal a bunch of them to go through the walls.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
But I'm thinking about my late age pan where, yes, you can.
Okay, so we have foul vapors coming out. Which he's got poison resistance in his bless, but not a ton.
Right.
But
the pans
he's cast Howl.
The pans aren't sacred, but they do have quite a lot of hit points. And the main ads are in the gate already. And this bunch here, a bunch of swarm or creeping doom.
Yeah, and no poison resistance on any of these guys.
It's air elementals.
They both have have Howl up.
They are plugged at the gate, so that part worked. Those sacreds we saw he summoned are holding reasonably well. But he would need an awful lot of soul space man or something to hold this gate long enough to matter.
Well, and Foul Vapors is going to kill him. So his time is not on Uruk's side.
No, it's not. And that's his Foul Vapors, we agree, right?
No, it's a Dryad.
Oh, okay. Well, that's an important play then. So that kind of says that almost anything Uruk tried was not going to survive.
All right. I mean, Uruk could have done poison resistance.
Those guys are holding longer than I expected in the gate, the Iron Warriors. They're actually holding fairly well. A little bit of stick them in place, the fire spell.
Wait, who is the guys? Where are the skeletons? Oh, this guy. No? Where are the skeletons coming from?
I'm not sure.
There's a ton of Skelly spam coming out.
Yeah. Maybe just let it play a little bit more and we'll see it.
Wait, let me turn on team colored tiles.
So there's the Pangaean hymns. Pangaean the Skelly spam's over. I think whoever was casting it ran away. Now the Magi is starting to run away. Charm animal. That's just so many white centaurs. Just so many white centaurs. And look at all the imps. He's got a bunch of lifelongs. It has to be.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
He's got a bunch of them. That's a lot. Oh, maybe just one. And there it goes. So that went a little longer than I expected. Oh, so we only lost 6 white centaurs.
Yeah, that's nothing. Nothing. Yeah, that was pretty clean.
Wow.
All right, now who was casting? I have to figure out who was casting skeletons.
Yeah. Just keep your cursor hovered over the. So these are swarms, I think, not creeping dudes.
Oh, there it went. Raised dead. Oh, a lore master. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we missed that. That was somewhat significant.
Yeah.
The lore master.
Yeah, he did some work.
That was helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sure did. It definitely slowed. I mean, he just didn't have anything killy.
Yeah.
He just didn't have anything to kill the white centaurs.
I mean, oddly, if Uruk got his little guys fully buffed and got resist poison on them with the poison ward thing,
that could have been. That would have been significant.
It would have been very significant because he would have had more poison resistance than the white centaur.
Yeah, that would have been very significant.
And if you time out the battle with white centaur with foul vapors up, where the white centaur only have 5 poison resistance, there's a decent chance, and I don't know how big it is, but there's a decent chance you kill all the white centaur.
My experience is you can even chip damage through 15 poison resist with foul vapors. You don't lose much.
Right.
But I had a battle in a big Disciples game with a monstrous horde of chaff, 800 crossbreeds. And they were all, I put up the blood spell for poison resist, and I still lost some, just to little bits of poison damage.
Right. And I think that's what these guys here probably died to, but
the difference is very significant, having no poison resist or having even a little. Right.
Yeah, for sure. But the difference between 5 and 10 is a lot too. So I think if Uruk got 10 on his guys, and Pan didn't, and Pan only had 5 on his, I think Uruk would have won. So.
Yeah.
All right, but as it stands, the Uruk flank on the left has collapsed.
So Pan is now a free agent. We talked about Vanheim's a free agent. Pangaea's now a free agent.
Right, and he is planning on going after. Okay, let's go read End stuff because he's planning on going after End. Mm-hmm. Agartha finally deployed his stack. As said earlier, I'll send my pretender against that. First goal is to bait out the Earth Gems. Without his Mage Core, it's a lot less dangerous. My army has proven it can fight through the buffs and the Earth Meld. However, 40 size 6 Earth Elementals in Gullum Domain will wreck one of my armies.
True.
Second goal is to last as long as possible so that his Fire Spawn burn up his own army.
And we've seen that's a serious issue.
Right. Might be a big fiasco. A lucky Om or Crossbow hit will send my Pretender straight back to the cap.
I'm assuming he means he's using a Ring of Returning.
Right. Or casting returning, so yeah. Or Ritual of Returning. So, also, the Vulturing by Pan of Agartha and Land has rubbed me the wrong way. Didn't even communicate it. It cost me 2 mages. Oh, he didn't communicate it. I wonder why. Furthermore, when confronted about it, he felt it wasn't a big deal. I feel that's a major diplomatic blunder misplay on his part.
Except he meant it.
He's about to eat you.
he just told it. He just told us he meant it.
Yeah.
Of course, this is many, many turns before they'll see what we have to say about this.
Right.
But it is interesting to actually read two sides of a diplomatic discussion and go, wow, even in the most careful diplomatic discussions, you've got misunderstanding.
Right.
One of my favorite comments is that when doing diplomacy, try to write it clearly. Don't couch it.
Well, I think Pan is intentionally being obfuscating what's happening, being like, oh, it's not a big deal. Because he's got stuff sneaking into your lands.
Yeah.
Pan is really big now and apparently got lucky in 2 or 3v1s. Other people took losses and he got the gains. There's a big coalition now. I wasn't planning on joining in as I really need to recuperate and catch up. But that vulture has put me over the edge, and I hope to make those 2 very costly provinces for him.
Okay. That's fair. I might have had that same somewhat salty response to that little move.
Yeah. I mean, the problem now is the timing is horrible for End. He hasn't finished Agartha.
Yeah.
And, oh my god.
Yeah, but see...
Oh, End is evacuated.
Yeah. So he's got very little at risk here. Nothing. That's just PD.
All right, the formation is a lot better now.
It is. It's significantly improved.
The only thing I don't like is he's got these guys in front rather than the shard guard.
Right. We've talked about that, but it is a lot better than it was.
Yeah.
So that's a good whack of Ohms. And that's a lot of Earth Readers. Or Golem Crafters. It's a mix of them. I don't see a lot of Oracles. And I still see very few statues.
What are the wolf... Wait, did I miss this? What are the Wolf Tribe Shaman doing up here at the front?
Why are they there? Or what are they? Tangle Vines? Slime?
What is he doing?
Don't know. Legion them. They're fighting. And berserking. Or...
I don't understand.
Well, it's not doing badly, to be honest. They're actually tying up a little bit of the front line.
Yeah, but why?
But I don't know. To me, Eagle Eyes and Tangle Vines is a more than adequate use of a Nature 1 independent. It's quite satisfactory. So we lost all those
Wolf
shaman.
Tribe, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think his god came in here too, so this is what he was talking about.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to get to see the script. So it's the Bahamut, and he's got Ritual of Returning on, a Twist Fate, and some MR.
Okay. And he's just gem burning.
Yeah. So let's see what their script is.
So do we see a lot of elementals show up? That's what we really want to see, right? There we go. Look at that. 20 of them right off the bat. Boy, that's
and these guys have nature gems in this fight.
Oh, he gem burned them. They were moving up and doing something swarmish way up front. Or did he just miscraft? No, there you go. So they do...
Attack, swarm.
Huh, okay.
That's very weird.
Uh-oh, the Baphomet's paralyzed.
Oh, I guess he took...
It's got returning. Paralyzed doesn't stop returning.
Right, but if you take damage, I guess you can get the... the paralyzed effect without taking damage.
Yes, paralyzed has a DRN to do a little bit of damage.
Oh, he's summoning more earth elementals. Look at all this.
Oh my god.
Oh.
How many gems is that? 40 or 50?
At least.
Oh, wow. Wow. And he still hasn't damaged the Baphomet. And now his own fire auras are hurting him. Well, oh, yeah, here they come.
Shockwave.
Look at that. And then he takes off. So can we look at the counts? So he killed 62 troops with no cost, and he burned 40 gems.
Well, see, I just want to look at these guys, see how thick he loaded them up. 10 gems each. Do they burn through all of them?
Yep.
Oh, yep. So that was probably 60 gems, at least.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the golem crafters were doing.
Yeah, but holy cow. But there's 4 oracles or 5 oracles.
Oh, they had gems too. Most of these guys had 3 gems.
Is that even... That might even be 6 oracles.
Yeah, it's 6 oracles, but then there's... I think... That might have been 100 gems.
It might have. My gosh. That is seriously...
Yeah, well, that is... It's one of the things, like, elementals are really good, but it's really easy to get gem baited with them.
I don't like using more than 2 per mage. Just for that very reason. I know it works, but I'd rather use living. Take the smaller ones. You get more meat per gem. Although Earth are not the best at the size 4s because they just don't have enough trample power.
Right.
But sometimes that's just a case of sticking meat on the field to save you taking expensive casualties that are hard to replace.
Yeah. Well,
look at that.
That's bad news for Agartha.
It is.
So End storms the fort.
And does it work?
A bunch of body ethereal.
Point buffing.
And then point buffing followed by...
No, I think End is the one who we've seen do really quite fancy point buffing.
Right.
This looks like this is more than sufficient. While stone hurlers can't hit diddly.
Yeah.
My God, their precision is so bad. And their range is only 6. So 9 stone hurlers for a point defense. That's quite expensive point defense. I think that's up around 15.
No, this was just in the... This is in the inside the fort. You can't change that. You can't adjust in fort PD.
Right.
Yeah, so
never mind. You're right.
Yeah, the significant thing was body ethereal here. Not only did it, block the stone hurlers' attacks, but it also allowed him to just ignore the wall. Which stone hurlers can be pretty punishing on the wall. I can't remember if they run out of ammo. They might.
I don't think PD fort defenders run out of ammo.
Yeah, I didn't think they did, but I also didn't know for sure. But
okay, so we took that one, and this one he just blocked a break siege, and that failed.
So Agartha came out. He was going to pop siege because there was only a small force on this one, but the other fort, which had a lot of guys on it, that army shifted over to this fort, and now these guys breaking siege are going to have a very bad time.
Well, they're just going to get wiped. I mean, look at that. Oh, and now he's got imps to add to the difficulties and everything else. Yeah, there we go. Stack wipe.
Yeah.
Well, no. What are the golem crafters got back inside?
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad for Agartha. Now, this army's also completely cut off, so... And he's going to have to worry about it getting hit by End's god every single turn. Especially it's in End Dominion now, too.
Yeah.
So silver lining is it's in a lab, so it can fill back up on gems.
If he has any.
Yeah.
That's a lot of gems.
So this is exactly what End needed, especially with the war with Pangaea cooking. He needs to take some of these.
This is an excellent result for End. And some really well-played moves.
Right. Okay. Anything else you want to look at for the End Agartha conflict? I think we've seen most of it.
I don't think so. I think End has lots of rating. Another one of those little Agartha raiding parties, that's fine. But there's nothing here on the map that's a significant threat from Agartha to End, and the other way is not true. End is a big threat to Agartha.
Yeah. One thing, I guess, before we move on, what do you think about Pangaea going into End, because on one hand, the timing looks excellent. On the other hand, well, there's a few ways to look at it. Okay, the timing looks excellent. A coalition was already cooking against Pangaea regardless of him attacking it, right? Or vulturing. Like, all those things were going to happen probably anyway.
We knew that. We knew that. Maybe Pan has decided that his best play now is to snowball for the win.
Okay.
Maybe he's decided he's big enough. You know, he could do, say, Scorched Earth for the Vanheim side of the thing. Vanheim is really the only free agent right now.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's better off to vulture in, grab a bunch of territory, than be able to fall back as required.
The problem... So one thing, like, Pangaea doesn't necessarily mind getting attacked by a lot of players once you have a big Dryad economy up and running, because you can just steal their dudes, kill all their mages. It can actually be a kind of okay thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't really work against Vanheim, because things that go stealthy will dodge seduction or assassinations.
Right. And I don't think Swarm Dryads are going to have a great time trying to seduce or assassinate Van Jarls.
Right. So this Vanheim is going to be a real thorn in the Pangaea side, which...
He does have one advantage. His capital White Centaur reinforcements are close to where he'll need them to defend that.
Right.
You know, and there's looks like quite a few there.
I think he could fight everybody but Vanheim, though. Is kind of my feeling. So, like,
well, it wouldn't be the matchup I'd choose if I was Pan, but
right.
You don't always get to choose who jumps you. I wonder if he's got any spirit sight. Probably not. I don't think Pan has any good way to find spirit sight.
I think he took it in his bliss, actually.
Did he?
Like, these guys...
Well, if he did, that's useful.
Oh, he didn't.
Okay. No, they weren't blessed yet. No, it's not.
But
there.
it's a function of being sacred, not blessed. So, okay.
Right.
Well, so that means darkness can be very painful for these guys.
Yeah. So to me, the cheapest, option for spirit sight are black servants.
Oh, you mean for scouting? Chance. Yeah.
I mean for spotting vans moving around.
Yeah.
Because that's how you did it with the omniscient scouts, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gave them all spirit sight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's not many easily available options for spirit sight. There's one or two items, I think, but I don't remember if they're cheap.
Yeah, I can't remember which ones.
There's a couple of demons.
Yeah.
I think the Heliophage, I have it, and a few other things.
Yeah, so this is interesting, because if people weren't going to coalition them already, Pangaea attacking End is certainly going to trigger it, but I think if if you're Pangaea and you make this play, like, you have to go full measure, like, we're going to snowball and eat End and Agartha. And if you do that, there's a pretty good chance you can slowly grind everybody in the game down, if you were able to accomplish that.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of what I was hinting at is he's possibly has the economy. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's the play I would make, but I'm just kind of trying to put myself in his shoes. What thinking is he going with? I was very surprised that he poached on End.
Well, Sai is also a very aggressive player from the times I've seen him play. I mean, if you look at some of his videos, he just, he goes from one war to another, and he's very friendly, but he's also very aggressive, So you should be like, oh, I guess we're going to go with you next.
I only really played him once, and my interactions were limited, but...
And he's very comfortable being fighting multiple people at once. It doesn't really seem to stress him out very much, so...
Right.
So this will be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Next up, we have Xibalba. Casting 3 hidden in stuff. Wow.
So that's 210 gems. Holy crap.
Instant army for invading Ashdod. So,
and he's going to invade Ashdod. Did he tell us that?
So who is all part of this coalition? Is Ashdod part of... Okay. So this is going to knock Ashdod out of the Pangaea coalition.
Well, yeah, like the hidden spells, I'm guessing, what did you say? 2 snow and 1 sand. So that's a whole pile of earth, water, death, magi, and a whole pile of fire, death, astral magi, possibly.
Well, and a ton of troops.
And tough undead troops.
Yeah.
Plays really well with darkness.
And,
wowzer.
Well, this is very interesting. There is a large front from which Xibalba can attack Ashdod. He can go after all this Jotunland.
And I guess he's just decided that his final cleanup of Uruk, he doesn't have to commit very heavily to.
Well, I mean, what is there to gain? There's 1 province.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, if he eats Ashdod, it will put him in a top position, like in the top position. Because this is just the perfect way for him to, if he thinks he can win this war, it is the perfect war for him. I mean, he would just, it makes him this big, beautiful, square blob. You know?
That is an interesting diplomatic development. I don't know if I'm missing some foreshadowing we saw before, but I don't remember seeing anything to suggest that was what he was going to do next.
No, I don't think he said it.
Did he actually attack Ashdod in that 1 province there you've highlighted?
No, I don't think. Oh, right here? No.
No, he just had some independence. So those guys look harmless. They look like just a little patrolling force. Which lab do you think he's going to do these hidden? Well, he has to use the mountains for snow.
Well, he's already done it. It's right here. All the unfrozen.
Holy crap. So where did he put the sands? He needs a waste for the sands. Do you see a waste?
Here, the released ones, yeah. Oh, wait, no, that's a cave. Released ones? Released warriors? Yeah, I think whatever it is, he cast it here and here. No,
he said it was hidden underneath, he did.
Okay.
Not sand.
Yeah.
That's correct. That's underneath. Yeah, I sort of miss the old days when the hidden spells didn't need a special terrain. That makes them significantly more challenging to cast.
Yeah.
Trying to put labs in these somewhat odd locations because it's the key terrain is weird. He pushed Uruk out of the water, or Uruk retreated out of the water.
Uruk left the water and came up here.
Oh, good grief. Oh my gosh.
Well, there's a fort here now. How do you move in the same turn a fort appears?
That fort was there before End was sieging it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been there for a while.
All right. Well, this is exciting. This is very exciting. So that means the anti-Pan coalition now is going to be, let's read it again. The anti-Pan coalition is going to be Om, who's super busy with Vanarus, Ashdod, who's gotten pulled out from a war with with Xibalba.
Right.
Pelagia, who's not truly free until Jotunheim falls, and with Ashdod getting attacked by Xibalba, that means Ashdod's probably not going to finish off Jotunheim, which means Pelagia's beachfront is not really that secure because Jotunheim's still alive.
Good grief. Oh, this is just crazy.
Vanheim, which is still in it and free agent and is terrifying. He's tied for #1 position with Pangaea. And End. And End is still stuck in a war with Agartha. So I think in many ways, this is really just a Vanheim versus Pangaea war where End is maybe a free agent. I mean, they're not a free agent. End is maybe involved. But the question is, are they going to be food or are they just a distraction?
I don't know. We're going to have to see what Vanheim does. That's going to be the clincher.
Right.
So the only thing on the list left, well, actually, no, we did Bandar. We haven't really said much about Vanarus. I mean, we sort of looked over the area, and we've got Pythium, but there's really nothing to say.
Well, I mean, they've been thugging around.
No, we did talk about Vanarus.
About them.
I just didn't type it in my list here. So So we have covered everybody.
I think so.
Yeah. Because there just isn't anything to say about Pythium. He's done a heck of a job, but
yeah,
he's reached the limit. How's our time?
We're right at an hour. Just hit it.
Okay.
So,
awesome.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.